Hi, I'm Dave here for the third week of the CPDL Reg F Draft League. This week is against Alpaca. This is a really low energy week from me this time, between grand finals of Trainer School Draft League and real academic finals. I just didn't want to think about this all that much, but this MU isn't too complicated beyond the weezing, and if I don't get in my own head about power spot calcs, there's not so much to worry about. Starting off, I wanted to do like Zoom Lens, Muddy Water, Lapras, or Agility, Basculegion. But Lapras' two weaknesses are the little flinches, Elandris and Stonewonder can just rock slide, block slide. And Basculegion is too frail for that to work in the same way, especially when I have the Terra Ground as insurance against Regieleki's Electro Webs. We go with the Cuddle Puddle strategy. Coaching Sneasler, just Scarf, Pollen Puff, Rabombi. These can support either my two existing set of sweepers, when these two, or turn Rillaboom into one. It's just a scare on fire, and it can priority Regieleki, but it's not likely to come. Bringing the fuck it Weeball Rock Blast with no loaded dice set again, just because it's more likely than not. It's more likely than not to kill Ogre upon fire. Other than the obvious two in Landorus and Ogre upon fire, I'm only offensively worried about a Shell Smash Minior. That's the stat thing outspeeding can be really scary. It's got Edge Quake coverage. Even like Terra Blast flying is really good, but with Terra it should be fine. I can taunt it. Yeah, we just need to taunt it. Weezing is scary because it's annoying and it shuts down Sneasler on Burden. So if I see one, I would have to lead into a Goltriz Hudra lead, which is still fine. Because if Weezing is led, I'm in a much stronger position than if I led Sneasler is led into like Ogre upon fire next to anything else. It's still kind of bad. There's still some annoying X Factor shit, but against a Weezing, I wouldn't have that. Eerie Impulse Eerie Impulse against Galarian Ultras is, but I've got so much grass and so much Hudra. And they don't really need to speed control me. So I just don't think it looks very good to me. There's of course still, you can see with the water sap zipper here, I'm playing around that a little bit. I'm leaning into that a bit. But Landorus Therian has a lot of sets it could run. Assault Vest, Life Orb, Scarf are all like okay, but I always play around it the same way. It doesn't really like I see it, I got scared, I Terra. It runs me. Terra Blast could suck. Terra Blast that's always could suck. Thing with Terra Blast Fire. And I've got Ice Beam on Hydra for it. Like even if they expect that, they probably will and have like Terra Water, it's fine, I got the Terra out. This is usually it out, but it boils down to how well they can stop my setup turn one. Like this is why the Sneasler is fake out close combat taunt. It can out it has a higher speed than the Persian, so it can always fake it out. It can always taunt it. It can taunt the Rillaboom to keep it from Will-O-Wisping or hazing. And the other sets just don't really do anything interesting. You can tell these two are both max into their testnet, and so there's this plus nature. You just want this here. As long as if I'm properly buffed up, the stat I have doesn't matter. So you two, Neither is a lot less bulked out than I want because of the Persian and the Weezing combo. I can't always, ideally I want to be, 0 speed, all fully bulked out. But I can't do that. And the same with Talon, I would rather have Acid Spray, just to help the Moltres or the Rabombi in an endgame, but I can't do that. Rillaboom is the same set I had in, the first week, with more speed to drum beating more. We're just gonna hope, we're gonna believe in drum beating again. Last time I brought drum beating for this set, and it kind of screwed me over. When I watched the replays back, there were a couple moments where Woodhammer would have killed where drum beating didn't, and I still won, but I don't want to be saying if I bought Woodhammer instead of drum beating, I would have lost. Or whatever way means that Woodhammer is better. But we're gonna keep bringing drum beating. I still think it's great. And then as for the Rabombi is the most interesting set. It's 76 plus speed, Scarf to outspeed a modest Regieleki as it comes. And if the Regieleki is timid specifically to outspeed my Rabombi, going, I only need to be 76 plus modest, then great. You out prepped me. I beat that. This lives a rock slide. This 2 shots, like a 252 HP Regieleki, this Moon Blast, and we'll live 2 hits from it. The annoying X Factor tech I can imagine beating this team is Covert Cloak or Terra Glow's Alolan Persian, Play Rough, Ogre Pond Fire, or anything that wants the Terra Blast Fairylander, Therian 2, and Haze Weezing. Low Persian is like fucked, but that fucks me up turn 1. But Terra Ghost at least burns a big resource on their part, and Haze Weezing is handled by Taunt on the Sneasler. And this goes for the whole thing. Surely they know this team's weakness, their own team's weakness to a Terra Dragon, and going Fairy to stop Goldress isn't that difficult, like with a Terra Blast, and that's also why I'm afraid of Ogre Pond Fire having Play Rough, because this is a dragon, so I had to make you a water with Sap Sipper just so I'm not in that scenario, even though I know, like, getting Moldbreaker or Hornleech kind of suck. I don't want to run Ability Shield Sap Sipper. I don't think it's that big a deal. I feel like Ogre Pond wants the Terra to hit through it anyway. Like, not having Shell Armor for Ogre Pond Fire could be annoying if I get crit, but it does like 50. Like a +1 crit does 50, and if they test for Sap Sipper once, I'll be in enough of an advantage to be fine. I don't think I'll be Intimidate cycled with the Tauros because of how much, like, clearing will fuck them up and how Hilden would fuck them up in general. And because of how shitty my team speed is, and how I don't think I'll be counter glided either. This is like much in the same reason why I think they'll just bring Regieleki. That should be it. Like, I'll look again. I haven't thought at all about the Swampert or the Skarmory or the Galarian Articuno, so if they come, I'll be completely in the dark. The Galarian Articuno could be scary, but we'll check now. Does Galarian Articuno get? What does Galarian Articuno get? Does it have anything that could scare me? Does it have a secret fairy move? No fairy move. Okay. I don't really have anything to lower stats either. Yeah, okay, so we should be fine against this Galarian Ultras. Articuno, I mean. And then, Swampert loses to Rillaboom, Skarmory, Skarmory still has the Tailwind, or, I guess, does Skarmory have Iron Press? Does Skarmory have Iron Press, Keen Eye, Sturdy, whatever. Body Press. No Iron oh, poor baby, doesn't have Iron Defense. Yeah, I don't think Skarmory does much to me if it's not taunting. I mean, I'll still always want to taunt it, but your job is to Tailwind or to, Swords Dance setup sweep me. I don't know why you would, bring that. Anything else? Yeah, that's it. So, we're recording this, 8 hours before I actually have the game. This is early. Oh, you can see what I'm doing. You can see what I'm doing on the screen. Look, Terrapagos, Specs Terrapagos. Who wants to see Specs Terrapagos win? Cut to the match now. And we're here. Let's get this here. And we're alright. TL, have fun. We do see the weezing. We don't see. What do I have here that I wasn't expecting? I was expecting these 5 are all who I expected, and then the Persian. So Sneasler, Mozzarella, and then you, right? No, should be no difficulties here. No taunt. Taunt is fine, but I think right here we're golden. Maybe wait. Lander Therian and a Lecky. We fake out you and we nasty plot. We'll do it. I mean, you can hear an impulse. So I think we do this. We have to find out. If something is going to be Covert Cloaked, it is the Regieleki. So I think we have to figure out now what that is. Yep. It is Covert Cloak. Got that figured out. Well, we thought too. Or maybe we should have played around. Not doing that sword stance is fine. Onto the socks. Now, we coaching. Coaching should let us live something. Yep. And then what? We pollen puff, heal up. Rock slide. I do know I died of that flinchies. Haze. I think Haze was calling that was a problem with Sneasler. Yeah, high horsepower here. And we just do that again. There was no Terra, so we could be getting like Terra Blast Iced here, but we will be getting Terra Blast Iced here. That's faster. Alright. Well, that sucks. G. So what should we do? Try this time. We can try the same thing. I guess we have to do Hoover this time because of now that we know Terra Blast Ice, we have to do this. So I think we lead these and we can do the same coaching shit again. So what are we up to? Nobody knows if they think the same thing will work. I guess we do this. We have to do this because of we have to bait in this for Lick and Rock Dust. Because I guess what I should have done last we even doing the same thing as last turn was fine. I just had to on this turn. On the turn where Rock Slided, I just had to Moonblast the Landorus. So even then, I think. No, I think we do the same thing with Hydra. We do Hydra, we do Lycan Rock, and then we do back. It's okay, you do this, and we taunt you and we shelter. So I don't know, yeah, like that is fine. I guess you could just Brave Bird. Brave Birding this Sneasler would be good. But I know I'm faster, like the Landorus. Yep, no iron defense. We're going to Coaching Ice Beam. You know it's not SD. It's fancy like that. Turbo love that. Always love that. And we fall straight. I guess we go for. You know we live one, right? I guess we don't coach him again. Go into Rabami and Ice Beam again. Good. Better. Dead. So now we got a couple things we can do. We Psychic, and we Body Press. That did not work. That is just fine with me. That crit is also just fine with me. That does not matter to me. Just hit the goddamn drill run. Levitate a non-neutralizing gas. No. I should have noticed that sooner, huh? Doesn't matter. Yeah, we got owned, huh? Rocky helmet. Well, that was sad. Hi, I'm here again. I did another recap at the end of the last recording, but there was a lot of key noises because I was typing a lot in between and rambling, and my thoughts are a lot more composed than they were half an hour ago when I lost. My general overview is that I played really, really bad. And it's hard to say or like go into detail about that. It's not hard to go into detail about that because I'm going to do that. Hard to go under all that without undermining my opponent's gameplay and prep. They obviously prepped and played better than I did. They won. But I played well below my own standards, and I'm going to recap the major mistakes to make sure it doesn't happen again. Very disappointed in myself. Like you can always have games where you said you played well and then lost anyway, or like what you could have identified was really hard to do in the moment. But what I didn't identify in the moment was like that neutralizing gas announces itself on arrival. Like that's not a mistake you can take pride of the game in. You can use your full love of the game to they presented a situation. They pinned me there. They didn't pin me by me not reading that neutralizing gas weezing wasn't neutralizing gas and it was levitate instead. But anyway, I recapped this, and now I know this sounds hard to believe, and it's just good because I have a recording of me doing it. But I faked this Regieleki out knowing it would overcloak. That's dumb. Don't like don't do that. That's stupid. Fake out the Landorus because I thought, what can this do to me? What can this thing do to me? Uh, Swords Dance. I didn't know I got Swords Dance. So if I do that here, then it's faked out. I'm Terrid. My coaching boost is like I guess they could protect the Landers and then Fiery Rasp, but like in the position where it's not intimidated, I just taunt the weezing. So like, that sucked. The horrible play. Like obvious Sword Dance is great private mate. I didn't think about that at all, but yeah, I should have Moonblast there instead of Pollen Buff. I don't know why I didn't do that. I'm in a way better position. I think we can calc. Yeah, was this showing up right? But like Moltres here, that's not the set I used, but like we had like 58ish. Let us go to 4 modest plus 3. Neutralizing gas doesn't matter, but like yeah, that did like it had to be careful for that to work. But like yeah, for that it had to be, and that single target that would have done 78. It wouldn't have killed it, but it would have been in a much better. Oh, no, you already saw the game too. You don't want to know how it ends. But like that would have put me in a better position. I could have moonblasted it again. I could have moonblasted Regieleki to do half. I don't. I'm so bulky. The Terrablast Ice wouldn't have killed him. The haze wouldn't have mattered. Like super winnable, and the mistake. Okay, another thing I was thinking was like, uh, this Rabambi lives a rock slide from even like Life Orb Landorus, but it's +2. That's like 70% more than a Life Orb. So shouldn't have saw that either. Uh, yeah, we know the rest here. What the rest here was. What did I do with the Rillaboom here? I high horsepowered and I should have grassy glided. I don't even know what the. I'll just pretend that this the Yago over water, and I'll do like it was 100. I mean, it would have done 50. I don't know. I guess I could maybe if I crit. I do wonder how much investment do you have to kill that Rillaboom. Probably okay. It's probably just whatever. All this. I didn't need that. Alright, and then this game too. First of all, should have identified that weezing wasn't neutral on gas with levitation. I brought Lycan Rock. If I do that, the atoms in the universe will shift around so that I don't get flinched on the rock slide turn. Like I see this here, I think I did this turn good. I taunted, I sheltered, that's fine. Like if I get ice beamed, I'm in a way better position because with like I did ice beam and I just got flinched. Like that puts the weezing in, that puts something or the Regieleki in, and then that forces something to happen that forces me to body press the Regieleki, or I get to taunt the weezing. And even if I do, I get to like body press and on iron press Skarmory for a lot with the Skarmory. Like Skarmory is like no reason for the Skarmory not to be 252, like impish. I'm like, go to my Gudra. +3. Yeah. I wish I wouldn't have done much, but I don't even think I think going into like because that's what happened was like going into Rabombi was wrong here. Was it? What? No, going into Rabombi was not wrong here unless I was planning on switcherooing my Choice Scarf onto the Skarmory, and I didn't. Because I don't even know how much that changes, but that just makes them have to body press on me forever. What did it? Yeah, it makes the I guess it makes them locked into Whirlwind forever, which isn't as good. But like, yeah, this is horrible. This is shameful. Bringing Rillaboom instead wasn't it? So, yeah, nothing else I could have done. Let's see. As for how I could have prepped better or played better, Sneasler should not have been Grassy Seed. Or oh wow, that sucks. Can I move that in real time? I can move that in real time. Let's go. Sneasler should not have been Grassy Seed if I was planning to leave it with Ultras and Hudra. It should have been like Covert Cloak. It should have been like Covert Cloak, so like to deter against Sneasler, or just like whoa, or like Shuka Berry or something berry. Basically, it should have been so that I could have had Unburden had them activate my Unburden. So it probably would have been Focus Sash, because the second thing is that should not have brought Lycan Rock when like the fuck it Weeball Rock Blast is stupid. Moltres already threads the Ogerpon enough. It does. I don't need a priority rock type to do that. And having priority for the Regieleki is good, but as you can see, they had some plan for that. They were not worried about Lycan Rock. So if I did, I could have brought the Choice Band. Rock set again. That could have been pretty good. I have that in here somewhere. Let's see, like what does that do? What does that do to Regieleki? That does 20 to Regieleki. That doesn't really matter. That does that much, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't know what it could have been instead. It could have been Basculegion or Lapras, and I could have stuck with that. They just get owned by the Regieleki. It could have been Magmortar, but that gets owned by the Landorus. So I think like probably was Basculegion. Probably was Basculegion, or even Serena. No, they didn't have priority either. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. So I do know now. And the answer was just like bring Choice Band. Do Accelerock, Drill Run, I guess, Fire Fang. And like, because also you think is how do I identify? What you have to think is how do I identify what I got wrong? In compared to what could I have realized beforehand and what do I knew after? Like, I don't think I could have realized that they could have brought Levitate Weezing. Okay, wait. Back up. I definitely could have realized that bringing the Grassy Seed Sneasler and not planning to ever lead it next to Rillaboom. I could have realized I was bad and brought a different set. Probably this was based on the effects of the game. But even so, like, the best item to do that strategy with is, like, Focus Sash or Citrus. Maybe. And then the best thing here is... And then I would have to do this Bandit or something. This was fine. This was fine. Finding a Terra that is a dragon is impossible. Like I just have to bear the risk of Terra, random Terra Ice, or random Terra Pharaohs me because like it is clear a weakness of their team is they don't have a way to hit a dragon type that's pretty consistent. And I just have to call their bluff on that they won't do the Ice Beam move, and they didn't. This was good. Leftovers was fine. I mean, I don't even get the Ursa super mad, but that was fine. Yeah, that's it. We'll play better next week. This one is always hard to see, but we're playing against this team this week. Rating Bowman Sonora Bronzon. This is the team that pretty much everyone is high on. You can see there's an Ursaring to the right of the muck at the very corner of the screen. Oh wait, I can just do this. I figured it out. Uh, Everyone's pretty high on this team. I don't think it's that mighty. We're gonna try and bring it down next week. We're gonna see how that goes.